Carol Costello, thank you so much for joining me. We begin in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson. Police are calling for calm this morning after a night of looting and fires. This is what the city looked like last night.
I was just at the sporting goods store and then looked behind me, and the shopping center, there's at least 3 more stores being looted at this point. We're seeing a lot of windows being smashed, people running out with clothing.
Everything on me.
Here's another look of the unrest last night. Flames shooting from a Quick Trip gas station that was looted. This all started when protesters took to the streets over the shooting of an unarmed teenager Saturday night by police. Witnesses say it was unprovoked, but Ferguson's police chief say the teenager got into a physical confrontation with an officer and tried to take his gun. That African-American teenager, 18-year-old Michael Brown, was supposed to start his freshman year of college today, but now his parents are preparing to plan his funeral. Brown's high school teachers called him a gentle giant who didn't cause any trouble. CNN's George Howell is live in Ferguson, Missouri with more for us. Hi, George.
Carol, fair to say it was one hell of a night, and we found ourselves really caught in the middle of it all. What was started as a peaceful march, a peaceful protest, a call for action, was all but hijacked by some people who came to take advantage of the moment and cause chaos. Across the city, a night of pure chaos.
This is your warning. Leave the area. Disperse.
People pushing the limit with police. Racial tensions, nerves on edge. Even an officer we caught on camera gave in to his rage, calling protesters animals. Listen. Many here are angry about what witnesses say was an unprovoked attack on an unarmed teenager, Michael Brown, shot and killed Saturday by a Ferguson police officer. We watched as a struggle played out Sunday night. Some protesters who took to the streets trying to keep the peace while taking a stand against police.
This is really a peace march. It's nothing to start to hurt a police officer. This is all about peace.
It's not a peace march anymore. I mean, you hear what's happening, you see these confrontations between people and police officers.
Yes, and it done got outrageous.
Others who simply came to cause trouble. All right, police are still stationary right now, but I want to show you what's happening over at that JC Wireless. People broke through the glass, and right now you can see people running in and out, apparently looting that store. Cell phone video captures the frenzy of stores being looted. Some people threw rocks and bottles. The sound of gunshots rang out several times Sunday night. We had to take cover. All of this started as a peaceful march Sunday for Michael Brown's family.
You took my son away from me. You know how hard it was for me to get him to stay in school and graduate? You know how many black men graduate? Not many. Because you bring them down to this type of level where they feel like I don't got nothing to live for anyway. They're going to try to take me out anyway.
The victim's friend says they were walking together when Brown was stopped by a police officer. Witnesses say the teen had his hands in the air at the time he was shot and killed. But police tell a different story, that Brown instigated the altercation, physically assaulting the officer while in his car and struggling to take his gun. The unanswered questions sparked people to take action.
We out here, we hold it down for the community. Caucasian, African American, Asian, everyone. It doesn't matter what color you are. Get out here and support your people.
Police made several arrests, several hours of insanity, for the moment distracting from the greater call for justice. With light of day, certainly things are calmer, and we know that there was a planned rally, a peaceful rally that was set to happen here in front of the Ferguson Police Department, but we are getting some new information coming from CNN affiliate KSDK that planned rally for the moment has been canceled. Carol.
George, what initially started this? Why did police initially confront Brown?
You know, you hear two very different accounts of what happened. If you ask police, they say that Brown sparked an altercation, started an altercation with that officer while he was in his car. according to police, and then shots were fired. But we're hearing a different story from a young man who was walking with Brown. He says the two were walking together. They were stopped by police, questioned, and he says that Brown had his hands in the air when that officer fired the fatal shot. How many shots, still unclear. We know that there are several investigations into this. We know that we expect to hear more soon, but this is a matter that has certainly sparked outrage in this community. People are demanding justice. They say that what happened to Michael Brown was an injustice.
All right, George Howell reporting live from Ferguson, Missouri this morning. Joining me now on the phone is State Senator Maria Chappelle-Nadal. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's being done to keep the calm in Ferguson?
What we are trying to do is have a very clear message to residents and other concerned citizens in the area that we need to seek transparency. We do want justice for this community and for the family of Mike Brown, but we have to remain cool, calm, and collect. And frankly, many of the people who are in my community, in my Senate district, are upset because of the violence last night, and it's certainly not condoned whatsoever. I want to make clear that there were 2 vigils last night, and the second vigil that we held last night was not violent at all. We heard the sirens. We were at the police station last night because simply people would not leave. And I wanted to make sure that instead of going to the other site in the Canfield neighborhood, that we also held the second peaceful vigil last night. And that's not being reported on at all. But we are talking to people trying to keep tempers down.
Senator, in looking at these pictures, and looking at the pictures of these looters, it's difficult not to concentrate on this because, frankly, they're scary pictures. What are the police doing to investigate this part of the incident?
Well, they're doing their job, frankly. Our officers, there are a lot of great officers who are out there who are being attacked. I believe one was beaten up last night, and they're responding. They're not only responding to the looters, but they're responding to the victims. And there are a lot of victims in this community. At the same time, there are a lot of people who are angry. So they're on the scene. We saw several different police cars that left the police station last night, as well as our firefighters who left and responded. And today, we are in the streets again trying to keep people calm. We need to focus on Michael Brown and his family. That is why we are here. We need to be talking about transparent investigation.
Senator Maria Chappelle-Nadal, thanks so much for being with me this morning. I appreciate it.
Did they actually say that young man tried to take the gun away from the police officer while he was sitting in the police car? Is that their story? That he tried to take the cop's gun while the cop was sitting in the police car? That they stopped him and he got into an altercation and tried to take the cop's gun while the cop was in the police car? That's what they said. Now, while I go wrap my mind around this physical improbability, I'm posting this realism-ism.